So in the previous classes we had already discussed about the physical changes and the chemical changes, their characteristics and few examples. So now in this class we will discuss about the useful chemical changes and the undesirable chemical changes, that is desirable and undesirable chemical changes, because some changes are useful for us and some changes are harmful to us. So the changes which are useful to us, that is called as desirable chemical changes, and the changes which are not beneficial for us or which are harmful for us, that is known as undesirable chemical changes. So there are few changes like chemical changes like photosynthesis, respiration, cooking of food, making of curd. So these are the few chemical changes which are useful for us or which are beneficial for us. So we consider them as a desirable chemical changes. So these are few useful chemical changes like photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is a chemical change that provide us food. So because of the photosynthesis, green leaves of the plants, they can change carbon dioxide and water into glucose with the help of sunlight, and we can get the food. So this is a useful chemical change. Photosynthesis is a useful chemical change. Respiration is also a chemical change in which energy is produced in our body. The glucose is broken down in presence of oxygen to produce carbon dioxide and water. So this is also a chemical change which is necessary for our body. Then cooking of food is a chemical change where raw food undergoes a change in its composition, and cooking of food is very good for us. It is easy for digest. So that is why cooking of food is also useful chemical changes. We are making curd from the milk. That is also a chemical change carried out by bacteria. So we are making medicines. Medicines are also made by complex chemical processes. Metals are extracted from their ores by various chemical processes. Then burning of fuel. Burning of fuel is helpful to produce energy in a chemical change. So these are few useful chemical changes, or we can say that these are the desirable chemical changes. There are many more chemical changes that takes place around us. So this is what which are useful to us. So we can consider them as desirable chemical changes, and these are the few examples like photosynthesis, respiration, cooking of food, making curd from the milk, medicines, extraction of metals, or burning of fuel. These are few examples of useful chemical changes. So there are some chemical changes which are harmful to us or which are not beneficial to us. These are known as undesirable chemical changes. So there are few undesirable chemical changes which are not good or not beneficial for us, like pollution. It is an undesirable change. Spoiling of food is an undesirable chemical change. Most importantly, corrosion or rusting, that is an undesirable chemical change. Pollution is an undesirable chemical change. It is harmful for our health, and it is harmful for our environment also. Spoiling of food is also an undesirable chemical change. Here food is getting spoiled. So once food is getting spoiled, we can't eat that food. So this is also an undesirable chemical changes. Corrosion of metals is also an undesirable chemical change. Because of the corrosion, the metal is lost or the metal is destroyed. So that is why corrosion is also an undesirable change, because it leads to the loss of the metal. So if we will see how corrosion takes place, then we can see that corrosion, it takes place when metals are exposed to air. So when metals are exposed to air, mainly to the oxygen, water vapor or carbon dioxide, they form chemical compounds, and that time corrosion takes place. So it is an undesirable chemical changes. It causes or it leads to the loss of the metals. The slow eating away of metal, that is known as corrosion. So when things made up of metal, they are exposed to air. So when they are exposed to air, they react with the oxygen or water vapor or carbon dioxide, and they form chemical compounds. The layers of metals keep reacting to form such compounds which are not useful. So such wasting of metal, that is called corrosion, or it can be defined as the slow eating away of metal on exposure to air, or the slow wasting of metal on exposure to air and moisture. So we can say that corrosion is the slow eating away of metals when exposed to air and moisture. So metals like iron, copper, silver, they corrode very easily. And the corrosion of iron, that is called rusting. So when the metals are getting exposed to air and moisture, the slow eating away of metal, that is called corrosion. The corrosion of iron is called rusting. So when an iron object reacts with oxygen and water vapor in air, it forms a brown colored solid that is called rust. That brown colored solid substance that is called rust. Rust keeps falling off, eating away all the iron. That means during the rusting the iron is totally lost. We are losing the metal, that is iron. So that is why corrosion is the slow eating away of metals, and corrosion of iron, that is termed as rusting. That is termed as rusting. It is a brown colored solid. You might have seen that how rusting formations takes place on the iron object. You might have seen a brown colored layer is formed. So that brown colored layer that is called rust. That is called rust, that keeps falling off, eating away all the irons. So because of this rusting, it causes lot of damage to industries, as iron is mainly used in making machines and also in construction. So rusting takes place in the presence of air and moisture both. For rusting, air also is needed and moisture is needed. So both are the necessary conditions for the rusting to form. So we can protect the iron objects. We can protect by breaking the connection of the iron and the air and moisture. If the iron is not coming in contact with the air and moisture, then we can prevent the iron from the rusting. So that is why we can use various methods to control the rusting or to prevent the rusting. So we are using some of the methods to prevent the rusting, or we are using some methods so that the iron will not come in direct contact with the air or the moisture, so that the rust formation will not take place. So some of the methods we are using for prevention of rusting, these are greasing, galvanizing, electroplating, alloying. So these are the few methods which are used for the control of the rusting or to prevent or control the rusting. So in greasing, the parts of machines are coated with a layer of grease or oil to break their contact with air. That is called greasing. So here the layer of grease or oil is used to break the contact with air of the iron objects. Then galvanization process means iron objects are coated with a layer of zinc metal to prevent rusting. So galvanized iron is used to make drums, buckets. So here a layer of zinc is used to prevent rusting, and here a layer of grease or oil is used to prevent rusting. In electroplating, iron objects are coated with less reactive metals. For example, we can take chromium by electrolysis. So here electrolysis is used to coat the iron objects with a layer of less reactive metals like chromium. So electroplated metals are used to make crockery, cutlery, bathroom fittings and decorative things. Alloying means iron is mixed with small amounts of other elements like carbon, nickel, chromium to form alloys which are resistant to rusting. For example, for construction purpose, steel is used, which is a mixture of iron and small amount of carbon. So steel is more resistant to rusting than iron. Stainless steel is an alloy of iron with nickel and chromium, so it doesn't rust easily. So that is why we are using them to make cooking and eating utensils. So alloying means iron object or iron is mixed with small amounts of other elements like carbon, nickel, chromium to form alloys which are resistant to rusting. So this is about the alloying, and these are the few methods which is used for prevention of rusting like greasing, galvanization, electroplating and alloying. So along with this, you read your book and learn all these methods how to prevent rusting. I will give the question answer, complete the question answer in your note copy and learn them.